Doctor Who Series 13 was exactly what Jodie Whittaker's run, and the show in general, really needed. Like I mentioned many times in my reactions, I love when Doctor Who episodes connect and form an overall arc, rather than just being strictly anthological. And the former is precisely what we got in Flux. The biggest praise I can give Flux is there was not a single bad episode, and the pacing was surprisingly good. Things always appeared to be happening while characters developed along the way. 13 experienced a lot, to say the least, and while she was busy doing Doctor stuff, the companions were being very helpful. Like I mentioned in my Series 12 review, I appreciate episodes where without companions, the Doctor could very well fail. With that being said, this entire arc had that effect on me, which made everything happening meaningful. Moreover, I loved how Flux did some incredibly creative things with the Weeping Angels. If you've been following my Doctor Who reactions, you guys know I love these guys, and seeing them have another chance to shine was just awesome. The Division was heavily explored here as well, with payoffs to Ruth's Doctor being explored as well. I loved the concept of being tucked away between universes, as it alleviated my concerns about the Doctor not ever hearing about them. I also loved how the Swarm were integrated within that part of the plot, which made for some of the best new antagonists we have had in a while. A lot of deep themes were explored in Flux as well, such as abandonment. I believe a story shines when the words on a script are just as alive as the themes. When a theme can tell a story, it makes the audience become engulfed in it. Series 13 did a fantastic job with that and made Flux a compelling narrative. The constant hooks via episodic cliffhangers were great and made me excited to tune into the next episode. Before we get into the one thing that bugged me throughout Flux, I just wanted to add that Jodie Whittaker and the rest of the cast did such a phenomenal job. This really felt like a TARDIS crew I would want to be a part of. Thank you to everyone involved, and I will miss 13's run. Anyways, the constant stupid decision making and rationales among some of these characters really took me out of the immersion, such as a Centauran willing to rat out their entire species over chocolate, or the lack of Weeping Angel Survival 101, or such as when the Grand Serpent is talking to Vinder and he's like, "Oh, you want my job?" right after Vinder had just complimented him on his diplomatic ways. Awful decisions from characters were simply there just to keep the plot moving, and I believe it makes the writing lazy and your characters dumb. It was such a minor thing though, because I do think you can just narrow it down to the arrogance of man, but it still did bug me a few times. All in all, Doctor Who Series 13 was Doctor Who at its best. Fun, entertaining, a bit of cringe, and very blue. Jodie Whittaker has become one of my favorite Doctors, and I am not looking forward to watching her regenerate. Doctor Who Series 13's Flux, it's a 9 out of 10.